Hey guys, how's it going? So yesterday I did an unboxing of my new Taurus G2S, and since this gun is brand new, that was a totally legit unboxing. I had never touched the gun before, never wrecked the slide, anything. So this is right after I did that video, and I've not done anything else with this gun other than what I showed you. So this gives me the perfect opportunity to talk about something you guys have mentioned quite a few times in past videos. And this is the fact that when you get your new Taurus, it looks like it might be kind of slightly used or even a little bit dirty. So I've had this question pertaining to my G2C, my G3, and I've noticed even with this G2S, they all have something in common. And I agree with you guys. Right off the bat, you can see a little bit of grime on the barrel. You might see a little bit of, soot in the combustion chamber where the round light's off, right? So I threw combustion chamber in for you car guys, by the way. So let's take this apart and take a quick look at the inside of this totally unfired, I've only manipulated the slide a few times, G2S. So we're just going to push down on the tabs like you would a Glock. Okay, I'm going to pull the trigger on it, and I'm going to push the slide forward. So right away, let's look at the lower receiver here of the gun, the grip frame. And I'm going to notice there's a little bit of polishing already on our rails. So these are our frame rails where our slide interacts. And you can see right there, a little bit of bare metal is exposed. Well, if you saw my video yesterday and in other videos, I've noted, look, the finish Taurus uses on a lot of these parts isn't the best, which, not going to go down this rabbit hole too much, is totally fine with me, because these guns are like 200 bucks or less. So if they're going to skimp on the finish just a little bit and the gun still works, I'm fine with it. But we're going to see a little bit of wear right here. So this slide has reciprocated a few times, obviously. We are also going to look right here on the lower like feed ramp portion, if you will, before it goes up into the barrel ramp. And I don't know if the camera is going to pick this up because it's kind of shiny, but there's just a little bit of scuffing there. Now let's look at the slide. So when you have your magazine inserted and it strips around out of the mag and the slide reciprocates back, it is going to make contact with the top round that is in the magazine. Okay, just standard, inner workings of a pistol. Well, you'll notice sometimes this area right here, it kind of looks like a ramped portion. Okay, basically this is right below your striker channel. We can see right away that on the black there is brass residue. So obviously this gun has fired brass cased ammo at the Taurus factory when they were test firing it. Now I was using a snap cap in the previous video, but if you note, this is a nickel plated case. So this didn't come from this case here. This was obviously brass. So we can see some brass residue right here. All right, let's take the spring out and take a look at the barrel. I'm just kind of taking a little peek here at the slide first before we go to the barrel, and you can see there's already a little bit of wear in the finish where the barrel hood is interacting with the top of the slide. Again, not the best finish, and this barrel has reciprocated in this gun before, probably more times than just a couple times I did it on camera. So this is fine. And in all guns, you're going to notice some finish wear. It just seems on these Tauruses maybe a little bit quicker than some of the little bit bigger named guns, but not all of them. No two guns are exactly alike. All right, let's look at the barrel. We're going to right away notice we've already got some finish wear on the barrel. Okay. And even though this is a steel barrel, it has kind of a satin nickel look, like a bead blasted look. This is actually a coating that they put on the barrel that does wear off with time. And as you guys have probably noticed that shoot your G2Cs quite a bit, or G2S or G3 or any of these type of guns here by Taurus, you'll notice once this finish wears off, the steel underneath is actually shinier. So we're noticing some scuffs and a little bit of dirt and grime on the barrel. Again, brand new gun, never fired by me. Okay, take another look here. Now we're going to look at the feed ramp. We're going to see just a little bit of residue on the feed ramp, nothing bad. And in the chamber area itself, let me see if this flashlight will show you guys. I definitely see some powder residue and fouling in here. You can kind of see where it's a little more gray instead of shiny. It's hard to do with the light, guys, but into the camera, but maybe we can see just a little bit in there. And then we'll notice right here, just on the face of the barrel, a little bit of black tarnishing. So this is all perfectly normal. Let's see if we can see inside the barrel. Yep, right there. Look at that. Perfect shot. See how there's a little bit of residual powder left in the barrel? You can see all those little black grains. So here's the deal, guys. Kind of gives you a little bit of a feeling. I totally get it when you open your gun up and you're like, man, my new gun's already dirty. It kind of looks like it's been used a little bit. I get it. But this is actually a good thing because the gun was test fired. And like any machine that has parts that move and interact, it's always possible that when it's put together, it's not going to work right. So by them test firing the gun at Taurus, if there's a problem with the gun, it gets sent in the reject bin at Taurus to either be fixed or scrapped or whatever. Whereas when you get your gun, not saying it's going to be perfect, there's always still going to be a lemon with any manufacturer, but the odds that your gun is good to go significantly increase because Taurus is obviously putting at least several rounds, if not a whole magazine's worth of ammo through the gun. Now, by me looking at it, I can tell this gun doesn't have 100 rounds of ammo through it, but it probably has more than 1 round. So it could be 3 rounds, in this case 7 rounds, I don't know. But needless to say, the gun's been test fired. I'm happy it was. It's given me a little more reassurance that yes, this actually worked for one of the professionals, you know, at the facility where it was made before it got sent to me. So if you guys ever notice a little bit of wear on your Taurus, just keep that in mind. That's kind of a little bit of quality control there, and I would be happy to see it. As far as the finish wearing a little bit quickly on these guns, I'm fine with it too, because they're 200 bucks or less, and you can always get a finish of your choice put on here, right? By your local gun shop or places that specialize in Cerakote, nitriding, all these different things. But keep in mind, you could find yourself almost spending the cost of the whole gun to get it refinished. So that's all up to you guys. Depends what your budget is. Depending if you go for cosmetics over functionality, or if you've got enough money, you can have both. So just depends how you want to look at it. But yes, these are test fired. It's a good thing. I'm happy about it. And yes, they could clean the gun real quick after they're done. But I don't want them, if they have to put, you know, an extra 20, 30 bucks onto the price of the gun to spend the time to give it a thorough cleaning, I'd rather them just send it to me with a little bit of residue in here and still keep these guns down at 200 or less so more people can afford them and more good, hard-working people that are struggling paycheck to paycheck can get these guns. So hopefully that clears it up for those of you that were just a little bit kind of, I don't want to say nervous, but a little underwhelmed, like, man, my gun looks like it could be used a little bit. I totally get it. If you're a little bit new to guns and you've never seen this before, I can remember when I got my first pistol. It wasn't even a Taurus, okay? It was a Ruger. And this is back in the day, 2001, 2000, somewhere in that era. Let's see here. When was I born? It was in 2000, right when I was 21. And it had some of that, and I was like, what the heck? And an older guy at the gun shop reminded me and said, hey, man, aren't you glad they test fired it before you got it? Keep the lemons back at their factory. I'm like, oh, man. So I might be boring a lot of you seasoned veterans that know way more than me, but this video is kind of for the newer guy or the guy that's kind of new to Taurus. So, and I know a lot of you guys have had a million guns but never had a Taurus. This is par for the course to see stuff like this. Don't worry about it. Shoot it. Your gun's probably going to be just fine. And if it's not, well, it does have a limited lifetime warranty. Alright guys, thanks for watching and have a good one.